Yes, I see. Good news, everyone!
What's up, folks? It's your boy MMG Smurf here, coming to you live, and today we're going to be talking about, let me pop the picture up, the animal farm, the piggy bank, and the drip dip. So the dip is happening in the drip token associated with the drip network. Drip.community is the website. So we want to cover all of these hot topics today. Ooh, we just got a nice green candle on drip. Actually, I'm watching it live. Oof, I'm going to show all this to you guys in just a second. I wanted to start off by talking about the animal farm, and for anybody who's if you're not in the Telegram, or you're just not up on messaging and stuff like that, animal farm has been paused. You probably noticed that it's been paused. The TVL on the platform has been dropping consistently day over day, because even though it's paused, you can still withdraw your funds if you know what you're doing in crypto. And this goes with like any farm, most farms. Like if you can't do that, that's a red flag. But on Binance Smart Chain, if you go to BSC scan and go to the contract, go to write contract, and then remove your funds. So that's how you can do that. Look up a YouTube video that is specific to that if you're really curious about that. That's as far as I'm going to that. So into the details of today, what we really came here for, which is like information from FOREX Shark, the mighty leader of the animal farm, as some like to say, and what's happening. So what's going on with the pigs token? For those that don't know, again, everything's been paused. We're going to be migrating to a V2 of the pigs token, and that's why the animal farm is paused, so that no price fluctuations happening, anything like that. Right before they paused everything, they took a snapshot and then they paused it. And so for people that had questions about the piggy bank and whether or not they should still be compounding, the answer is no. You should not be compounding anymore. And I got this from the Telegram chat. And I cannot offer financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor or anything like that. But from what I'm reading and from what I'm understanding is, you should not be compounding anymore, because the snapshot took your assets, calculated your assets and everything like that, and that's all going to be migrated to the new system. And so everything that you had at the point of the snapshot is what you're official. If you're still compounding and you're like, oh, but my piglets are going up, they're not actually going up. That's your old piglets, and that's not going to migrate over to the new system. So you're just spending BNB on gas. So there you go for that answer. Now, I wanted to cover some direct quotes from Forex and why I started with the professor saying good news to everyone. So here it is. I'm going to make this nice and big so I can also read it. Good news. We do have to wait. We do not have to wait. Wait to mint pigs for us to remove liquidity. So in our last video, for anybody that was actually here for our last video, Forex was saying that we might have to, there was two options that we're going to be taking. They're going to be taking the quicker option. So people will be having to transfer their pigs tokens to a specific wallet, and then that will handle everything. So let's read through the rest of this. And I know you can probably read faster than me, but here we go. We are going with the faster but equally good method, and we'll have everyone send their pigs tokens or pig LP tokens to a wallet. We have taken a snapshot of the state before we pause. So this is what I just mentioned. Everything and people who send in their V1 pigs and V1 pigs LP. So either just the individual pigs tokens, whether it was in your wallet or whether it was in the farm, or whether it's paired up as an LP token that you did not put in the piggy bank yet. Pigs V1 LP, where am I? Will be credited with V2 wherever they are held. If you held and send in V1 LP, then you will be airdrop V2 LP. So if you send in an LP token, they'll make it LP for you. If you held pigs in your wallet and send them in, you'll get airdrop V2 pigs. And if you have pigs in the pig pen, you will withdraw them. So you'll be able to withdraw, aka this should be like kind of like a heads up for people that if you're going to be able to withdraw your pigs tokens, that means they're going to be unpausing the contracts this weekend. So you'll be able to move your funds out this weekend, most likely. Then you'll be able to withdraw them, withdraw them and send them in. Will be credited with the pigs pin and V2. So I think they'll just be again, since they had a snapshot, they know how much you had in the pig pin, they will be crediting you with those pigs in V2. But you do need to send them in. If you don't do this stuff, then it's like what did Drake say? Laugh now, cry later. It's going to be that type of situation, especially for all the bearish people that started moving their stuff off the platform and stuff. Laugh now, cry later type of situation. So that was the first update. Now is the big good news is that things are likely to be unpausing this weekend. I think it's going to unpause this weekend, and then you'll be able to send all those pigs tokens. They're going to drop a link or a wallet address, and I'll be making a video for that too for anybody who's following us along here, and sending your pigs tokens to that to get the airdrop of the V2 pigs or pigs LP. So the next portion People cannot do it yet because everything is paused, but we will unpause and allow people to do this this weekend, and people will have until Tuesday to send them in. We want to give people plenty of time to send in the V1. So you'll have at least until Tuesday to send those tokens in, or those LP points or pairs. So that was the second portion of things. You have until Tuesday. It'll be this weekend. So it might be sometime today. This is Friday that I'm doing this. It might be sometime Saturday. So it's Saturday, Sunday, Monday. That's probably more likely. And then Tuesday is going to be the final day. And that does not mean that everything ends Tuesday. In the previous video that I did in FOREX's messaging, they did say this is going to be a 10-day situation that we can look forward to. I mean, kind of, because you want things to go correctly. But yeah, I imagine it ends on Tuesday, and then next week or late that week, probably next week after, so we have Tuesday coming up after this weekend, and then probably the following week, somewhere around the 20th, we'll actually see the Pigpen and all these updates and stuff like that come through. So that's what we got with that. This next screenshot that I have just says, "We will do it this weekend," because I just thought that was kind of hype. Just for people that are like, "Oh, when is it happening?" And then this last portion that I wanted to share with you guys, it's kind of something from FOREX's last update that I left out a little section here, and one of our commenters on our last YouTube video mentioned this, and I guess I read over it or I didn't see this, and so I wanted to put it in this video. And so I'm just going to read through this whole portion. The botters will be left out. People will be credited as if we started with the higher seed amount, and piglet supply will be much larger relative to truffle supply. So no one will ever have to worry about not having enough truffles to compound. That's good. If we started out with a higher seed amount, the price impact early buyers had would be less. So we will give them what they would have gotten relative to everyone else if there has been a higher seed amount. Meaning everyone who bought at launch will get about the same piglets for their money with about 30% variance. So meaning everyone who bought at launch will get about the same amount of piglets for their money with about 30% variance. And I believe that means between each user, it's going to be like a 30% fluctuation potentially between how much somebody else gets versus you. Oops. And then let me scroll this up just to say that we got all this. We can just simulate the launch, but with a higher seed amount, see what everyone would have gotten for their money with a higher starting seed amount, and credit everyone this, minus the obvious spotters. Cool. So that's what's happening with that. You can expect that everybody's going to start somewhat equally. And I had some images behind me that said there's that Animal Farm quote that all animals are equal, but some are more equal. So that's that 30% variance. And that's our update for the Animal Farm portion of things. In the Piggy Bank, I also covered that. Again, there's no point in compounding right now. The snapshot has been taken, so just hold your horses as far as that goes. Now, with that said, I want to take a moment and go over to this chart covering drip. And before I do that, I should just say that obviously drip is still working and active since it's not actually a part of the animal farm, and also the drip garden is still working and active since it's also not technically a part of the animal farm. It's put on the animal farm website, but it's its own thing. And so there's that. And that green candle was immediately destroyed. It went up to drip went up to $62 during this video for a brief second, and then it got destroyed. But we're seeing peaks upward, and so we might get an indecision candle, and I'm about to break all this down to you guys actually. So let me go over there. Okay, so, I don't have it plugged in. Sorry about that. That moment of darkness. Okay, so this is the drip chart, and I'm using nomics.com, which is a lot better than CoinGecko, to be honest, because Nomics actually covers the full length of the drip token. If you're looking at CoinGecko, they start somewhere around November or October or something like that, and that's not the actual price of drip. You can see the drip went on quite a little spree. Back in the summer, we touched close, it was $60 or something like that back in the summer. And and now we are where we are. So when people are like, oh, I saw some videos. So I think Ozzy was like, this is the longest the drip has, tailed off from. Well, let's look at this. July, August, September, and then pretty much into October. All the way to October, we had a fall off. And so currently, it's been falling for, how long has it been falling? And no shots at anybody, I'm just mentioning. This was January, February, and then March. So July, August, September, 4 months of like a fall off situation versus 2 months. This is not the longest fall off. It's almost half as long as the previous fall off. But regardless, we're starting to meet a whole bunch of resistance right here. This is like a resistance level. Whenever you see, and I'm just gonna give you guys some really basic charting information. Whenever you see these little dips like this, and the token or the price bounces off of the dip, wow, off of the dip, so to say, that means that area is becoming resistance. So, and the inverse can be said when the price is below this. So if drip dipped beneath this level, what is currently resistance? So if it went all the way down here to like $9 or something like that, when it started to make its way back up, this would be acting as resistance toward the upward side. So it would be hard for drip to pass that level of resistance going upward then. But since we're already upward, we're already on the upside, now it's resistance downward. And I wish I could pull out some indicators and stuff like that. I don't know, like Bollinger Bands or something like that. Let me see what it looks like in the Bollinger Bands. Cool. So these are fun to look at, Bollinger Bands. And usually, like as far as trading goes, they always like, a trading strategy is that when it's low on the band, the price is probably heading low, but you want to, so it's like almost acquisition time. And again, it's not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but traders usually sell once it breaks the middle band here. So once it breaks this middle band, and these are like average time periods, is what the Bollinger Band sets you up with. And so I forget what they are specifically, and you can adjust them, but that's what it does. And so when it breaks, if the price were to break this level, serious day traders would probably be looking to sell and then make a new position should it continue to the upside. And then if it touches this top band, they would sell there and then make a new position, because then it would be using the middle line as resistance to the downside. But currently we're facing resistance to the upside, so our resistance is currently around $80 something will be our resistance to the upside. Should we even first, before that, we have to reverse trend, and so that's what that means there. But that's just like a really quick analysis of the drip token price. Again, I'm no professional or whatever the heck. I'm just a dude on the web who likes to try to learn about this stuff. But that's what I can see. I did, and I will show this video very briefly because I had this on one of our streams before. Oops, there's the professor again.
I see.
And actually,
Good
I feel like this is
everyone.
actually that's a good time to have the professor on again, because this video that I wanted to show is reflective of the current situation that we're in. And so let me put this up. And this is a video that I made back in February 20th or 22nd. What does it say? Yeah, the 22nd that I made this video. And I was speculating on what I thought could happen to the token, the price of drip. And so I'm going to put this on screen for you guys. Let me get my little setup right there. And then just listen to this. Listen to what I have to say here. If you look at drip recently, drip was around $130 most recently. We're down to this like $104 range. And let me slow this down because I like listening to everything in 2x speed, but some of you guys might be like, whoa, that's too much. And it had a low today. Say this is probably today, or just actually this is last night, I guess, of around $96. And so if you were watching our videos last week or our streams last week, I said that I could imagine, and now Drip Maxis is probably like, shut the smurf up. But I could imagine drip dipping all the way down to somewhere around the $86 range, $64 range. I could imagine it going all the way down to a range like that before picking back up traction. That could happen. Things that might derail that from it going that low are the new improvements to the ecosystem coming. One of them tomorrow. The Animal Farm's having a new improvement or a new application coming. And that was I was referring to the Piggybank, which actually didn't launch the very next day. It launched like the week after that. Which also helped, I feel like, the drip price tank for that much longer because people were waiting in anticipation for that. So it gave a whole another week of people selling off drip token, waiting in anticipation for the Piggybank. So things like that could, and that's pretty much what I wanted to show there, actually. I just wanted to show that, like, oh my goodness, I forgot to cut the professor off. I just wanted to show that portion just because, we've been making these videos and like maybe for you guys to do your own analysis, but also to listen to more and more people because I know we have a lot of people out there in the drip community. I'm not knocking anybody, but a lot of people are, not only they're drip maxis, but they're like almost in that hopium where like they can't see the bearish side of things. And I like to try to figure out the bearish and the bullish side of things. And so I did mention the bearish targets there, and those targets are coming true. Drip just pushed back up to, let me show you guys on my screen actually. Drip just pushed back up to $62. So we're still in that range that I'm talking about right now. We have not exited that range that I mentioned, where Drip is in that, that was like the low area that I was mentioning. And I think if Drip goes down to the 50, down into the 50s slash the 40 range, I would say really the 40-30 range, because 50 and 60 I consider to be about the same range. What's Drip being as volatile as it is. But if it dripped down to the $30 or $40 range, I can see that only holding for like a day or so before a lot of these big maxi whales like just dumped a lot of money and shot the price up, because the potential of like what you could get with the Drip ecosystem with that amount is pretty substantial. But that's enough for me talking today. Hopefully this has been informational, educational, somewhat entertaining. Let me know what information that you have that I didn't mention. Let me know what you want to hear next in one of these videos. Don't sleep on the Drip garden. Don't sleep on the just Drip itself, the faucet. Don't sleep on the Drip reservoir. I saw Ozzy DeFi was mentioning the reservoir, and I was trying to keep it quiet because I was like, man, Stunna. What people didn't realize is, like, if you watch Stunna Breezy, he said it in one of his videos recently, where he was like, man, the Drip reservoir done made me rich. And I was like, you over here showing the faucet though. It's like you're only showing the faucet though. You said the reservoir made you rich. Okay. So Stunna is still in the reservoir, and I've been watching him for a long time. But that was funny to me. So if you want to support Money Match Gaming's esports, because we do Drip and all this stuff, not just for informational purposes to you guys, but to support our esports team and our play to earn Discord arcade. So we're building out a whole Discord situation where people can play AAA, normal traditional games, as well as blockchain games as they come out, and earn tickets, our points and reward system in our Discord. And then we can give you cryptocurrency. We already have a few smart contracts running where you can get cryptocurrency 24/7 from those, or you can just earn enough tickets and our admins will send you gift cards or cash for your tickets or other special prizes that we make available. So that's happening. And then we also are just trying to encourage, build up a guild of play to earn situations and invite other teams into our guild. So we want to have a whole bunch of teams / crews and stuff like that, or other guilds in our Discord, and just build up the strong, I would almost say conglomerate, but Bartertown got that. But the strong base of blockchain gamers and stuff. So thanks for following. Links are in the bio. Ask me your questions, and I'll see you guys in the next one. We out.